In today's video, I would like to show you an area of outstanding natural beauty in the south of England, where you can find some of the most picturesque landscapes and historic villages, and no other place is like the Cotswolds. The Cotswolds is one of the largest protected landscapes in England. With its natural charm and beauty, it is undeniably one of the most visited places in the UK and a popular setting for media productions. To get a glimpse of this wonderful place, allow me to share with you some of the places I have visited. And here are my top 8. Number 8 is the charming market town of Bourton-in-Marsh, located in the Evenlode Valley of Gloucestershire. At the center of the high street is Redlesdale Hall, which dates back to 1887 and is today used as the main public hall, hosting various events such as antique and craft fairs. The high street is lined with Cotswold stone buildings containing lots of local shops such as tea rooms, delis and antique shops. The White Hart Royal Hotel was used as a shelter by King Charles I on 2 occasions during the English Civil War, the first following the Battle of Marston in July 1644 and the second time in 1645. The town has connections to the creator of The Lord of the Rings, J.R.R. Tolkien. The Bell Inn is said to have inspired the Prancing Pony, where the hobbits first met Strider in the Fellowship of the Ring. Also just outside the town is the Four Share Stone, a 9-foot pillar where 4 county shares used to meet. This is believed to be the inspiration for Tolkien's 3 Farthing Stone. The town is well connected by road and bus, as well as a direct train service from London Paddington. At number 7 is another market town of Stow-on-the-Wold. Located on Stow Hill, the town is the highest in the Cotswolds at 800 feet and is the junction of 6 roads, making it an important meeting place. Stow has been a settlement since the Iron Age and grew into a market town over the years. The large and impressive market square is a result of the growth, with markets taking place since 1107 when King Henry II granted a charter. Many narrow alleys lead off the market square, which were built to control and count sheep that were being sold. In addition, you will also see the pennel stocks still present in the square near the benches. A town full of history, Stow is home to the oldest inn in England, which has a medieval fireplace, a rich history during the English Civil War and the 11th century St. Edward's Church. Next on the list is the town of Cirencester, which sometimes referred to as the capital of the Cotswolds. Cirencester has a rich history and during the Roman times was the second largest town in Britain next to London. Situated in the center of the Cotswolds, the town's market status was first mentioned in the Domesday Book of 1086, and markets are still held throughout the year. The parish church of St. John the Baptist dominates the market square and is one of the largest parish churches in England. It is a Grade 1 listed building and has parts dating back from the 12th century. One of the main attractions in Cirencester is the Cirencester Park, a beautiful 3,000 acres of parkland dating back to the 19th century and owned by the Bathurst family. The grounds contain open fields, woodland, a polo club, college and monuments. The park is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. with free admission. At number 5 is Bourton-on-the-Water, situated on the gently flowing River Windrush, which is crossed by 5 low stone bridges, giving the village the nickname Venice of the Cotswolds. It's easy to see why this village is a very popular tourist destination with 300,000 visitors each year, so it's best to plan your visit outside the peak times of weekends and bank holidays. Other than enjoying the buildings and scenic aspects of the village, there are also attractions for the whole family. The Birdland Park and Gardens is home to many exotic birds such as flamingos, emus, penguins, and birds of prey. The model village shows a 1/9 scale of the center of the village, and the Cotswold Motoring Museum is located in the center of the village by the river. There are also many local and independent shops selling products such as perfumes, pottery, crafts, sheepskin, and alcohol. The historic center of the village is designated a Yuki Conservation Area, meaning that the area is of special architectural or historic interest, which is worthy of preservation. In addition, 114 buildings have Grade 1 or Grade 2 listed status. Halfway through the list is a historic small market town of Chipping Campden, well known for its long high street dating back from the 14th century to 17th century. During the Middle Ages, the town was a rich wool trading center and benefited from the investments of wealthy wool merchants, as can be seen with the Wool Church of St. James, which sits on top of the hill and overlooks the surrounding area. Possibly the most well-known building in the town, or indeed in the Cotswold, is the Market Hall, which sits in the middle of the high street. Erected in 1627 to provide shelter for the local produce market, it is currently owned by the National Trust after it was saved from being sold in the 1940s. The town hosts its own Olympic Games, which started in 1612 and ran on and off until 1852. They were revived in the mid-20th century and are still in operation today. Chipping Campden is also bursting in architectural designs of buildings and houses, and it's worth appreciating them for their unique appearances. At number 3 is the small medieval town of Burford in Oxfordshire. Sits on the sides of the Cotswolds Hills and gently sweeps down to the River Windrush. Often referred to as the gateway to the Cotswolds, little has changed over the centuries, with the high street flanked by an unbroken line of ancient houses and shops. It is easy to see why the town is popular with visitors who appreciate its beauty and history. The town is also home to England's oldest pharmacy, which has been a chemist since 1734 and still has on display some old artifacts relating to its history. Another building of note is the parish church of St. John the Baptist. Dating from the 12th century, the current configuration was completed by the 15th century and features many memorials, including one to Edmund Harman, who was the barber surgeon of King Henry VIII, and Christopher Kempster, a stonemason who worked on St. Paul's Cathedral. The church was also used during the English Civil War as a prison for a group of levelers, and every May the town commemorates the rebellion by holding a colorful procession through the town. At number 2 is the small village of Byberry, described as the most beautiful village in the Cotswolds. Byberry is located in Gloucestershire and has one of the most photographed scenes in England. One of the major attractions in Byberry is the Arlington Row. This is a row of 17th century honey-colored cottages which once housed weavers but are now private residences. The buildings and setting is so picturesque that when the car manufacturer Henry Ford was on a trip to the Cotswolds, he tried to buy the entire row and ship them to Michigan so that he could include them in Greenfield Village. Fortunately, he was unsuccessful so that we can enjoy the historic area in its rightful place. The River Kuln runs through the village and is used to supply the trout farm, which stocks the Luka rivers and stream with native brown trout. The farm was founded in 1902 and is a popular visitor attraction. The village is popular with tourists from all over the world, but especially those from Japan, who are attracted here due to Crown Prince, later Emperor Hirohito, having stayed here during his European tour in 1921. He later said that his visit was the happiest time of his life. When visiting the village, make sure you take a walk along the road to take a look at the Church of St. Mary. The Grade 1 listed building has a Saxon gravestone set into it and some medieval windows, and is set in pleasant landscape grounds. And finally, at number 1 is Castlecombe, located in Wiltshire and has been called the prettiest village in England. It is easy to see why it is popular with tourists and filmmakers. Sat in a valley along the Bybrook River, the village has been used as a filming location for Steven Spielberg's War Horse and was the fictional Puddleby on the Marsh in the 1967 film of Dr. Dolittle. Free parking is available in the car park at the top of the hill, and as you walk down into the village to where the 3 main roads converge, you will see the Market Cross, which is a scheduled monument, and next to the cross is an old water pump. A set of steps sit in front of the cross as they were placed to allow horse riders to mount and dismount. Opposite the Market Cross is the parish church of St. Andrew. Parts of the building date from the 13th century, with most of the building is from the 15th century. The building is Grade 1 listed with 25 of the tombs, memorials and monuments in the churchyard being Grade 2 listed. Strolling south through the village, you will appreciate the old cottages where no new homes have been built since about 1600s. Then you will cross a low bridge and find a picture postcard view of the old weavers' cottages by the river. Cotswolds is definitely one of the most beautiful places to visit when in England. Its unique character and ambience will surely take you back in time and experience something unique and memorable. Indeed, it deserves its designation as an area of outstanding natural beauty. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more Getaways with Noel. Thank you for watching.